Tom Ziglar, CEO of Ziglar Inc., and this is AC Lockyer.
Yes, sir.
AC, many years ago you founded a company called Soft Wash Systems.
That's correct.
And now you're coming through and you're actually a certified Ziglar legacy trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have a question because you've been around business your whole life and I know you've grown this from the very beginning to what it is today. What do you think it is the difference between businesses that really take off and succeed versus those that just kind of struggle and have a difficult time getting going?
Oh, wow. Well, there's all kinds of things that you could tie to success. Sometimes it's easier to focus on possibly the things that keep people from success. And I know in our business, in the service industry, and it may be this way for a lot of industries, is you are your worst enemy, you are your worst competitor, you are the voice in the back of your head that's telling you that you can't do it. So you've got to really get your stuff settled and invest in you before you can really grow a great business. And so when I see businesses fail, it's a lot of self-doubt that keeps people from growing.
So how do you plan on using the Ziglar materials to support your group of business owners who you work with?
Well, oh boy. Well, certainly we're trying to keep the legacy and the life of Zig Ziglar flowing through the veins of business leaders and Christian business people all over the world. So I'm going to use the ZLC, number one, to enrich my life. I'm the leader of my organization. I've got to make a difference. I have influence over the people in our tribe. And then I want to get all of my other leaders involved and get them coming to ZLC. So I'm trying to set a good example for our organization by becoming a Ziglar Legacy Certified Trainer and being able to wear that awesome lapel pin right there.
Right.
And then be a good example of my people so I can start drawing them into this, because I know if I feed my leaders, you look at Jesus, he picked 12 men, invested 3 years of his life into them so they could carry on his legacy. That's really what I want to do with my organization with y'all's help.
One of our leaders that we have at our certification is a guy named Matt McKinley, and I was out at his offices and it's really booming. And I said, Matt, this is incredible.
He builds one heck of a trailer.
That's right, he does. And he looked at me and he said, when I got this right,
Yeah.
he then pointed out to the 28 people in his organization, he said, when I got this right, I got that right.
Right.
And so that sounds like just a simple truth. What's your experience with that?
Yeah, in any business, honestly, you as the entrepreneur, you as the business owner, are the number one most important asset in your company. I mean, we're all trying to work our way off the org chart. We're dreaming about the day that our business doesn't need us, that we can go fishing or pursue our passions or do family stuff. But the bottom line is you're the most important asset. You're the nucleus of your team. So if you aren't working on you, if you're not getting your heart right, if you're not learning how to fall in love again with your employees and have their best interests in mind, it's going to be a daily struggle to hold that thing together. I mean, you can either lead out in front of it and drag it along with you, or you can sit there and try to corral it and push it. And it takes a whole lot more effort to try to wrap your arms around something. And you working on you allows all that synergy, that beautiful synergy to happen.
Right. At Ziglar, there's a famous quote that my dad said, you can have everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. And then Dad created this saying, it's called the be, do, and have philosophy. You've got to be the right kind of person, do the right things before you can have all that life has to offer.
Right.
And then when you have what life has to offer, then you can give. And so what I've seen is that business owners, people who are going to the next level, they develop themselves first so they have the capacity to grow and develop their people. And that's where success comes.
Absolutely. And when you talked about working on yourself and the next thing, doing the right things. Every day as a business leader, you have to really focus on what's the next right thing for me to do. And probably one of the most quoted Zig Ziglar quotes is, if you help enough people get what they want. It's just incredible that once you teach your team how to play as a team, and how to win as a team, if you let them all benefit then as a team, and they all get to, dip their beak in the trough,
Right.
and you're helping them achieve their life goals and dreams, and you're paying them well, it's amazing how easy it gets then.
So here's a question. They've got their own business, they're in soft wash, they are excited. What's the one habit that you would encourage them to develop that would give them the long-term success we're all looking for?
Well, I'd like to say make sure that you fish at least 3 days a week. That's the one that I'm working on right
That's
now.
right.
Yeah, it's that development of yourself. For me, I'm a third generation entrepreneur, and honestly, as a selfish person, sometimes I look at seminars like this and I go, what are these people going to teach me? I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. My daddy was an entrepreneur. My granddaddy was an entrepreneur. We've all been, millionaires and owned $1 million businesses. What could this group bring me? And it's really humbling when you walk into a room with people from all different walks of life, all different levels of responsibility, and they're delivering one workbook's worth of content to a general group like that. And you're going through that workbook and it's just nailing your wife. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm not doing this stuff. I mean, it's just, you've really got to develop that skill, that habit, that reaction of, I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to build myself. I'm going to open myself up. I'm going to become obedient to God's word. I'm going to get other influences, draw from different wells. That's a habit that's not easy to develop. Nothing easy, nothing admirable is ever easily accomplished. So when you look at that, that's something you have to fight for every day, is to develop yourself.
So I'll tell a Zig story. Dad, into his 70s, have company meetings, we'd have guest speakers in. Didn't matter if the speaker was well-known, world famous, or 25 years old, just getting started. Dad would sit on the front row with his notepad taking notes. He believed you had to be a constant learner, a constant student,
Yes.
and there was always something that you could learn. And he invested 3 hours a day into learning and developing himself. So I want to give you the last word. You can say anything you like. We're so excited that you're representing Ziglar, that you're taking this message back to your tribe.
Right.
And you're somebody who's a product of the product. You've been doing this a long time. You've personally seen the benefits. Now you're getting equipped to go and share it more effectively. What would you tell your people right now?
Well, what I'd have to say is humble yourself. Become a student, like Tom just said about his dad. Take the time to look for other wells to draw from. Don't limit yourself by thinking that you know it all or you've seen it all. You haven't. You've got to run with a different flock. You've got to get in there with a different tribe, draw from different sources, get different inspirations, different teaching. You need to submit yourself to that. You need to get caught up in the tide of self-improvement. If you get caught up in the tide of self-improvement and you really focus on yourself, it's like that movie, Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. Build you an opportunity and blessing. You'll become a vessel for God to outpour blessing to so many people if you prepare your heart and yourself. And the only way you get that is through great programs like ZLC and great coaches like Tom Ziglar.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, sir.
Yes.